today our group will present the room division management presentation. This is our content. First is room rate strategy, marketing strategy, staffing strategy, guest satisfaction, and conclusion and suggestion. The first thing is price strategy. To set up our price strategy, we will base on 4 key points. The first thing is the protected room rate. The second thing is last year occupancy, and the next is occupancy market segment, and the last one is guest survey about the protected room rate. This is really important because our hotel will set up the price never higher than the maximum occupancy strategy, because the occupancy of our hotel really low, so we want to maximize occupancy. And the second thing is we base on occupancy and market mix. As you can see from the occupancy and market mix, we can see that the guests, there are more guests on the weekend, on the weekday than weekend, and we can see the quarter 3 create the most guests. And about the occupancy market segment, we can see that the standard guests make up the highest occupancy. And the last key point is guest survey. And the guest survey, there are 3 kinds of guests. They didn't satisfy about the price strategy of our hotel. The first one is leisure premium. The second thing is business premium, and the last one is business standard. Now we will set up our price strategy according to the 4 key points. This is actual room rate from January to April. This quarter we try to set up the competitive price to attract more guests to our hotel. And from May to June we increase 10%. And from July to November, we recognize that our hotel create little revenue, so we decide to increase 10%. But unfortunately, at this period, we didn't create more guests. So from on December, we try to reduce the price rate to about 10%. And this is actual occupancy when we set up our price. And this is actual market segment. As you can see, from the January to December, always from the January to June, business standard they make up the highest occupancy, and then from July to September, leisure standard have the highest cover, and then from the September to December, business standard continue to make up the highest cover. So we suggest some price strategy in the near future. In the quarter 1, we will focus on standard guests, especially business standard guests. We will set up competitive price compared to other hotels in area to attract the guests. And quarter 2, we decide to decrease room rate by 3 to 5% to continue to attract more guests and try to keep competitive price, but still ensure the profit for the hotel. And quarter 3, we try to increase room rate by 5 to 10% to create more revenue, because occupancy has an upward trend, and set up a good price for leisure standard guests. And quarter 4, we try to decrease room rate by 5 to 8% to keep guests, because it's in the low season, and we focus on business and leisure standard and corporate demand. And now is the marketing strategy.
Given this chart, we can see every month our marketing and sales are balanced. But especially May and July, we spend more money than other months. For the next year, we have to spend more money to focus marketing and sales than other apartments. especially then the total unit distributed expenses. Especially during the event or meeting time, we have to focus spend more cost on this department. Sorry. Yes, okay, thank you.
About the staffing part, each month we select our staff, and we think that for F&B we select too many staff in F&B. We have 49 in April. And for the peak season, we have 115 staff in total. Also, this one, we spend 11% of the salary on the training part. We think this is too high. If we are doing the simulation again, we should reduce the cost. Also, for F&B, we have a high turnover rate. So we should try to give staff more training. And January, when we opened the hotel, we have the competence of 40%. But from February onwards, February, March until December, we got 100%. And the staffing level, we have a balanced level of staffing, 100%.
This is a part of guest satisfaction, and there are 5 parts. And you can see from the line chart, the guest service, we did very good job, almost 100% of the guest service satisfaction. And about the service, except the first month, January, we did almost 90% of guest satisfaction. And as to the public refreshment and the room refreshment, we didn't do a good job. We didn't invest too much because we don't have enough money. In November, we invested 700,000 in the room standard, and then the rate goes up a little. And as to the facilities, this is our big problem because we didn't invest too much in this area, and the guest experience is not very good. And you can see from the room refurbishment, we invested 700,000 in the standard, and that's not a very good strategy, and that didn't bring us a very good revenue. And about the public space refurbishment, we didn't invest too much on the contract cleaning and service. And about the conclusion and the suggestion about the price, we should set up a competitive price compared to other hotels, and we should increase room rate Q3 and decrease room rate in Q4. And about refurbishment and facilities, we should invest all facilities at the beginning, except for spa and executive lounge because they are too expensive. And we should focus on cleaning and service every month. And about the marketing and sales, we should focus on standard guests and keep marketing costs around this 3 to 4% of revenue each section. We invested too much. And about staffing, we also invest too much. We should focus on training to make sure the turnover level of the F&B is below. And that's all. Thank you.